everybody, and welcome back to the Adventures in Silvernell, tonight's third annual Krickle Holiday one-shot, and I'm here to play with four of my good friends, Mr. Jess Bardsley.
What's up, guys?
Erica Webb.
Hi.
Zevi Heffner Gibson.
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
And Katie Bolanos.
That's me. Hi, guys.
This is really cool. So you might remember Jess and Zevi from our two other Krickle specials. So they're going to carry that. And then we also have Erica Webb from Wednesday's Princesses of Power campaign. And Katie from Into the Expanse on Tuesdays. How's everybody doing tonight? Are you in the spirit to play?
I am so in the spirit
let's
to
go.
play.
Absolutely.
Perfect. So everyone can already see on the screens your character arc, but let's go down the row and let's just say first, these guys right now are on this very festive boat on the front, looking out of the waters, and it's a bright, beautiful day. And what do we see? Please describe yourselves. We'll go Poppy, Fred, Gingy, Mac.
Okay. So you see a fairy, but she's got like a fur mantle and large, like furry black and orange wings, and her eyes are large and bug-like. But otherwise, she looks like your standard fairy, aside from the fact that she is lounging in one of the chairs and drinking from some mushroom-shaped flask of an unknown liquid.
Ooh, okay. Thank you.
So, Fred here. Fred's about 4 feet tall, little changeling fellow, gray skin, light gray hair, blue, everything's pretty much gray, blue, green, gray eyes, just, standard wear. You got those pants that have enough length for shifting heights, enough room with a white shirt. Got some weapons to your side, a whip, an axe, and I'm just lounging. I'm over by the mast, kind of just trying to climb up too, and get taller.
Perfect.
Gingy is your stereotypical, gingerbread man cookie. He looks exactly like what he would be. He's a food folk, so, the race that embodies a food. And one special thing about Gingy is he's triple ginger. He's got that red icing hair, he's a gingerbread man, and his name is Gingy Sugarflake, so 3 times the ginger. He's got some nice little icing accessories, like icing bow tie, some icing buttons down his chest. But overall, just kind of a fidgety, anxious, nervous, looks like he could crack at any second cookie.
And then you got Mac Rubble here. Mac Rubble is a very old, stoic-looking wizard. He's a dark elf. He has gray skin. He looks like he's been through some rough times. He is a little confused looking, like not really sure what's happening to him right now. But he has a long, dark blue robe with a cowl that kind of covers his head a little bit. He's got a big staff and a book of all the spells that he's learned over time.
Perfect. So these are all the characters we're playing, so let's give a little background. So a long time ago, maybe 290 years ago, centuries ago, there was a holiday called Krickle in the Amubite tundras of Silvernell, in the small little town of Valinar, where these elves would make toys all year long, because at the end of the year they would be visited by a beautiful angel named Mithras. They would trade all those gifts, and Mithras would grant wishes to the entire town. It was a beautiful celebration that everyone worked very hard for all year. They eventually learned that Mithras came from the Feywild, which was even more special because she looked like an elf. And then someone disappeared.
She's having some mic issues. She's coming right back. There we go.
That was the random problem
That
I
was
redeemed.
the random problem.
We got you.
Does that count?
You good?
I think so. Are we good?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little better.
Okay.
See, if Mithras was here, she would grant you perfect Wi-Fi. Oh. But anyways, then came along Cthulhu and destroyed the entire town. Broke the ice sheets of the tundra so much that it crumbled for thousands of miles downward. Everyone who was there either escaped or died. And Mithras never returned to Valinor on the material plane and returned back home to Ice Tray Island in the Feywild, which is where our heroes are headed now. The Kingdom of Harmony has sent out 4 brave adventurers because there seems to be a problem. There are letters pouring in, especially in the past few years, from the material plane, going straight towards Ice Tray Island, asking Mithras to return, for Krickle to return, and it is compounded over the entire island until the entire island is a mound. What looks like snow from a distance are all letters of parchment from children from the material plane. It's poured into the ocean. It's blocked the traders. The kingdom is worried it could disrupt more. So your job is to go to Ice Tray Island, start back Krickle, clean up the island, get Mithras back on the right track, figure out what's going on so this problem can be avoided. And as you're on the ship moving forward, that beautiful sky turns into a cold, icy snowstorm that's very light, it's very magical. You see an aurora appear in the air, and you get close to this island and you see it, a magnificent pile of white. And you get up to the shore. The ladder goes down. The elves from the Kingdom of Harmony salute you and nod and hand Mac Rubble a scroll and welcome you to Ice Tray Island.
Okay, I'm gonna open the scroll. Mac is still very confused. Still is not really sure what's happening. And he's gonna read the scroll.
The scroll will tell Mac Rubble, Mac, you are probably very confused, trying to grapple with the reality around you. But you must know, your life has gotten bigger. We have returned you from death because you were privy to one of the greatest holidays on the material plane of Silvernell, Krickle. Krickle has disappeared after your death, and now it has caused such issues for the Feywild that you have been awoken centuries later to help guide our adventurers to clear up our problems with Mithras. Good luck.
Well, I'm glad that was explained so simply. I was expecting there to be a lot more questions involved, but I feel like I've pretty much got it figured out now. And Mac is just kind of look around. I mean, he hasn't been around for very long. He sees a gingerbread man and some other strange characters. He feels like he's kind of in a children's story at this point. So he's going to kind of look around and say, who exactly is in charge here?
So as we're, I guess, disembarking from this ship, I'm gonna say this is the first time that Poppy has seen Gingy. She'll go, well, if that ain't the largest gingerbread man I've ever seen, my nieces and nephews gonna love that. And she's just gonna lunge towards you.
Gingy's definitely gonna be taken aback, already feeling jumpy to begin with. Oh, I mean, I didn't know there was anything special about me to begin with. As he's scratching his head and little crumbs are breaking off.
Oh, whoa, man, whoa. Let's maybe not lunge at other people. Especially if they're causing themselves to break.
You know, it's not really your fault to begin with. I'm kind of crumbly already. I have trouble keeping it together.
You talk?
Yeah. Of course I talk.
We've determined that already.
Oh.
I guess I could ask you the same thing.
Well, that's not very kind. I'm obviously a living creature, but you look like a cookie. And I seen some talking strawberries, I seen some talking bananas, but I ain't never seen a talking cookie before.
And that's the whole problem is a talking cookie. I'm a goner any day now. Any day I'm gonna reach my expiration date, and I don't know how to handle it, and who knows when it's gonna come.
Hey,
You're drawing the line at
breathe
cookies.
in, breathe out, breathe in, Breathe out.
The
Now
ship
take a swig
turns.
of this.
The ship will turn around and take off. Keep going.
Now
Wait,
take
I have
this.
one
and she's gonna
question.
hand the mushroom-shaped flask over to Gingy.
Wait, I got a couple of logistics with that action.
Should she do a check or anything? She just
Does
down.
the
if-
cookie have a
Please,
stomach?
please describe to me what you are giving.
Long?
So, this flask that Poppy just handed over to Gingy is full of a clear liquid. It tastes like pine trees and it tastes almost like blue, specifically blue raspberries. And you might recognize the flavor as being akin to a very rare berry called the harberry, the sparkleberry, excuse me, that is only found in the mountains near Harmony Hill, near the Kingdom of Harmony. It also tastes like fire. It's hooch.
Reminds me of the days back in the oven. I got the little burn as it goes down.
Okay, Gingy, roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Yes, I have one question. Am I still dead? Is this some weird afterlife thing?
I got an 8.
Okay, for the next hour, you will be drunk.
Oh God! What's this new feeling? I've never felt this way before.
Just lean into it. Just embrace it.
A stack of the letters falls off of the big pile, almost like a small avalanche, or you think it's going to be an avalanche. But it just opens up this tiny little crevice that you can see through, and you almost see red and green lights just kind of blinking into the crack, kind of glowing out with almost like a da-da-da-da-da, like this beautiful music playing.
Mac is gonna sit down and kind of compose himself, and then he's gonna turn to Poppy and say, "You mind if I have that flask as well?"
Oh, it seems like that could everybody here could probably use a round of Mama Poppy's Sparkleberry Hooch. Just gonna pass it
Actually,
over.
I'm starting to have second thoughts after that title.
I'm good. I don't want anything. I do want to look at what just appeared because that seemed really coincidental.
Okay,
maybe
Matt
have-
and Rubble, Constitution saving throw first.
We now have 2 random problems, by the way. One from Megan, one from
I got a
James.
21.
Okay, you've been dead a while, but it's like it was just yesterday you felt alive. It actually kind of pumps you into gear a little
Also,
bit.
it's not 20. Yeah.
Oh yeah, especially. The more letters kind of avalanche down and kind of cover up that spot that was glowing. Random problem number 1.
Well,
Well, I could burn the letters if they're at any risk of damaging us or hurting us. Although I'm still not sure if I'm still alive or dead or not.
I will also say this is Ice Tray Island. It's very cold. The sky is blue. It is snowing constantly, but it's very magical, and those old Christmas movie vibes with the claymation.
I feel like we
well-
should move before we get avalanched in letters because these keep falling down randomly. I don't want to get covered and buried.
That sounds like some good thinking. Was that an opening that I saw in the letters?
Yeah, there was some
Letters.
light coming out. It seemed like
Some light
it
coming
seemed
out.
like it.
Well, maybe we oughta look in where those letters fell instead of just getting the hell out of Dodge.
So are we at any risk of being like smothered by the letters at all?
The letters are kind of going to the shore of this island, and it's a huge mountain. So it's going to pour into the ocean over you, and like the ocean's got like a layer of like letters everywhere. So you're just surrounded by letters. It's not gonna, unless it's like a tsunami comes over the mountain. It doesn't look like it's gonna kill you.
I think we're
And the
fine
ship's
here.
gone. We can't do anything really.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still
One of
trying
the
to
letters
grasp
in
the
it,
whole
isn't it?
situation. So, my objective thought process is not exactly one to be relied on right now.
What did you say, Gingy?
Are you okay? You look a little.
Can I pick up one of the letters and open them, just like whichever one is closest to his feet.
You open it, it's from a little Charlie Dingle of the new Wimding City. And it talks about how for Krickle, he would love for Mithras to appear to his house and help his mother who needs a new pair of shoes. And she may not have long, and she needs a specific pair of shoes. And she doesn't want money for her family or for her father or anything, she just wants those shoes.
For her mommy, please.
Yes, exactly!
Gingy's gonna hold it in his little shaky hands and kind of think to himself, "Oh, so this child's already aware of the incoming, overwhelming experience of death constantly." He's gonna just kind of tuck it back and throw it back on the ground and turn around to the rest of the party.
Ginger, you should just take this flask and just sip from that.
Random problem number 2. A huge avalanche of letters pours in, and you thought you were safe because I literally told you so. It pours over top of you into the ocean, but you're able to get through, and you kind of open up your heads into this like cave of, not in the water, you're above water, of letters. And you can hear lights coming from the other side, but there's a small little white fluffy little snowball thing that you can see the back of, like, that's just got like this little wand, looks like he was doing something in the air, and then puts it away, and starts walking down this tunnel.
Quick question. You said we weren't under the water. Are we in the water at all?
There's, yeah, like maybe a little bit at your feet, but it looks like so much poured over, avalanched over top of you, it just made like this cave.
Okay.
We walk through. Mac is just gonna start walking through the opening.
Yeah, perhaps we should follow the little snowball person.
He starts walking as you follow the little snowball person. He just kind of just touches his head, and then you hear it down the hallway. And as you look around the corner, it opens up, and it looks like a giant, like city, like a dome over this area that is the size of a city. That's like all letters, like you're in the pile, like the pile isn't a pile, but there's a big thing in the middle, and it's a beautiful, like there's projected beautiful sky, and there's projected the snow and seasons, and like music playing, and the hill with snow goes up into a forest, and you see this beautiful home that I will show everybody on screen, and there are a couple of those little fuzzies around.
Nieces and nephews would love this.
And you see them kind of just like talking to each other with their little ears, and there's these little snowballs walking around, and all the way at the door with the lights coming in, you smell fresh baked gingerbread cookies. You hear music, the front door opens, and there's a snowball like that one, but he's a big snowball, and he kind of wanders out, and everybody roll me a perception check as he turns and says something inside while waving.
Ginger, you might want to drink some more of that flask before we walk in here. No, really.
17.
I got an 8.
I got a 9.
19.
Ooh, okay, Poppy, you hear a great time.
Zevi got the 19. Okay.
Yes, they're gonna hear
Okay.
something a little more. Poppy, you're gonna hear great time as always as they go to shut the door. And Fred hears great time as always. Always love hanging out with you, Mithras. See you tomorrow. And shuts the door. And then he turns and sees you guys. And touches his ears, and all the snowballs in the yard and in the forest around turn and just poof, poof, start exploding out as the big one's like running around to the other side of the house, like kind of just like running away into the forest.
Actually, hand me that flask, please.
I'm gonna chase after him.
He
Did you guys
sees
hear that? He said Mithras.
you just see Poppy fly with those yellow and moth-like wings through the air towards him. As you get close, he pulls out this big wand towards the house. All the lights go at the house. All the scent of gingerbread. The top tower, it has this big light glowing, disappears, and the whole building looks like it's now centuries old. Almost looks like a haunted house. It just shuts down, and everything pops around you, and you catch him right up to him, and you see he's got snowballs. He's got little teeny horns,
Like an inn?
like a Monsters Inc. kind of fuzzy ball, snow white, with like 2 big eyes and big mouth and 2 little horns and arms and legs. And he's got a little wand that he tucks into his fur. And you've got right up to him, Poppy. What do you want to do?
Hi, my name's Poppy Jinglefluff. My companions and I, we are all here to help. So maybe you could come and just talk to us, and maybe we could all work together, because I think we all might want the same thing.
Persuasion check.
Not that it was. I was hoping Gingy would talk to him. That's a 5.
Poof, pulls it back out the wand, and he disappears. All the snowballs have disappeared. It is now silently cold in this forest around you, with the house with everything off, a dome around, projected sky, but it's all letters.
Poppy's gonna
Mac-
come slinking back and share. Well, I caught up to him, but he's real scared, and he just poof.
I can say he did say Mithras. Did anyone else pick that up? He did say Mithras.
Like they were really talking to
We have
Mithras?
evidence.
Like Mithras is a real thing?
That dude said like, great time as always. It was like always nice to see you, Mithras.
I could
Talking
actually...
to Mithras.
I could use a discussion with Mithras right now, because that's the only person that I'm familiar with in this whole
Well-
endeavor.
Fat lot of good that's gonna do. He's already gone.
Well, hand me that flask, please.
All right, Constitution saving throw.
You're muted, Scott.
Constitution saving throw for everyone who drinks out of the flask every single time, and you all will be drunk if you keep drinking that flask of magical drink.
I rolled an 8.
You're welcome.
You rolled an 8. You are drunk for the next hour, sir.
Good.
I feel like Gingy is gonna start like kind of stumbling slowly into the house as everybody's talking.
It can only be described as the upside down from Stranger Things. It's very strange. However, it's like a Mrs. Claus cottage. It's got a beautiful grandfather clock, big couches, a big fireplace. In fact, I will show everyone. It's terrifying.
Oh, it sounded cozy at first, but now
Yes.
I see what you mean.
And what's even worse is in the chair is a beautiful, well, she used to be, right now almost looks mummified, Mithras in shock.
Ooh. No thanks.
Does Mac recognize that that's Mithras?
Yes. But
Okay, Mac is
not
gonna
the
walk
Disney
up.
movie Mithras anymore.
Right. Okay, Mac is gonna walk up and then just kind of kneel in front of her and then say, you summoned me here. Was this you, or was this someone else?
Do y'all know if he usually speaks to corpses?
She
I don't know,
does
but
not
are you
respond.
doing that?
There's a talking gingerbread man here, so everything's on the table at this point. So I'm kind of grasping at straws here. Can you
Can I
blame
look
me?
around
Really?
while he's doing
Yes, roll me an investigation check.
that? 21.
Knowing you just saw lights on, you heard music, you smelt cookies. This is not the same place, but you do see hallways that lead off to a kitchen, and you do see a place that leads off to a bedroom. But doesn't smell like cookies. It just smells like rot, and the light pouring in. Like, this feels like centuries old, but you just saw everything lively. Except, as you're doing your investigation, brushing off the wall, some wallpaper falls off, and a big, ornate door that you pull the wallpaper back, and it's got a beautiful picture of Mithras kind of looking down to her side, alone. It almost looks like she's looking down at something, but there's nothing there, so she just looks alone.
Interesting. What I found. Mithras.
Oh, she looks much nicer there.
I mean, something about her corpse is kind of giving me a little bit of comfort in a weird way. I think I prefer the body.
I think you're alone in that feeling.
Yeah, that's a little strange. Can I see
Stranger
if there's
than a
like...
gingerbread man talking?
Oh, no, I know talking strawberries, so that seems about par for the course.
So this is pretty normal in this plane of existence. Talking
Yeah,
food
pretty
people.
much.
I mean,
Yeah.
you probably never met one of us before because we have a really small expiration date.
Don't finish that. You just keep on drinking, Gingy. I'm gonna look and
He's gonna
see if there's
drink
anything.
for it.
Alright, well don't drink all of it, please.
I got more where that came from. I got a whole... Oh, excuse me. I don't know where that you guys came from. That's not my people. Anyway, what are... can I see, like, is she, like... Is there anything, like, there that the Mithras is looking at? Like a spot on the wall or, like, a book or something on the floor?
She kind of looks like she's just looking up into, like,
No, the
nothingness.
painting.
Oh, she looks like she's looking down, but there's so much empty space, you would assume something else is there. But she just looks sad because she almost looks like she's hoping for something there, but there's nothing there.
Oh, I know what this is. My mammy and pappy always be bringing these things home, and she's gonna go pick up. She's gonna look around for something with a sharp edge on it. Actually, she's gonna grab one of her crossbow bolts, and she's gonna start like scratching on the painting.
As you do, it goes and like snowflakes, almost like Elsa herself put a curse on this door. It kind of shatters with ice that kind of knocks it back out of your hand, and it shimmers around the door. And this, obviously, because you're very arcane, magical protection spell.
Okay, so Mac is going to kind of take charge in a second here because he's starting to kind of put the puzzle pieces together. And Mac is going to say, okay, so I'm not exactly sure, again, if I'm alive or not, or if this is some kind of, like, post-mortem experience, but do any of you know what Krickle is here? Or Mithra?
Mm-hmm.
So you know what Krickle is.
Oh yeah, my nieces and nephews are all about it.
Okay.
Is that like some type of new ingredient?
Yeah, well, it's an ingredient for happiness, depending on the kind of person you are. So, you know, good observation, gingerbread person.
They must not have baked any of that into me.
Well, you have to be determined because I still don't know how you are existing right now. Yeah, so both of you don't know who Krickle is, then only Poppy knows, is what I'm
I've
gathering.
heard a little bit. That's not a big thing we do with my family, though.
Oh, different holiday?
Celebrate something else.
Got
Yeah.
it. Well, let us know if we're being disrespectful in any way.
Nah, I wouldn't have agreed to come on this trip if I wasn't prepared.
Oh wait,
to
so this
celebrate
was
other holidays.
this was a choice for y'all then.
A little bit. It's sort of family thing, kind of like just like a quest.
Right, and I've
Family
been
quests.
involuntarily brought along this quest, is what it seems like.
Oh, sorry about that, man.
That's
Well,
mighty
I'm sorry you
unfortunate.
didn't get a choice.
That's okay. I mean, I thought it was all over from there. You know, when I died and all that. You know, the whole big story, long story. But I mean, I get to celebrate Krickle one more time. You know, and that sounds great. So
That's
obviously,
mighty
this
nice.
is, yeah, you know, and obviously this is some kind of like, you know, I understand the task and the quest. So I'm just gonna roll with it from here on out.
I'd be mad as a cat out of hell if I got that happen to me.
What's a cat?
Yeah, what Poppy
Okay,
said.
I'm going to ask something very specific, and I'll tell you why in a minute. Mac Rubble, can you give me a either performance or persuasion, whichever is better for you?
You sure can. They're both the same, so I'll go with performance. 9.
Okay. Nothing crazy happens, but everyone just saw the table right beside where Mithras's body is. Just a little, like, almost like that same spell that was on the door, kind of open a little bit and show color of the table, and then pop. And you feel the Krickle spirit just lit up a little bit of that space.
Well, that was spooky and magical at the same time.
I think maybe I can try something that might help. And Gingy's
Yeah.
gonna walk over to her and he's gonna pull some preservatives out of his bag and sprinkle them on top of her to see if anything happens.
On top of who? Oh, on Mithras.
On Mithras, yeah.
It kind of sparkles down off the body, kind of bounces until it hits the ground, and there's like a sparkle of that Christmas spirit that leads in a little thread away from the chair into one of those rooms, up a table, and circles around something in that other room with a glow, and then goes out.
Well, hey, good thinking there, Gingy. Cheers! And she's gonna
I mean,
lift up her flask.
that's the one thing that keeps me here alive, I guess, so what could it hurt?
Well, nothing
Your
is
own
like
little version of a Krickle spirit.
right, yeah, and the most Krickle thing in the world is self-sacrifice. So you might have done something good for us here. I feel
Well,
like
let's follow that light.
I didn't think about the second half of it. We're gonna need to make sure we can find some more preservatives along the way, or I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be here with you guys to help out.
What qualifies as a preservative?
Bet I can make you
Oh.
some preservatives.
You could do something like that for me? I
I
mean,
think so. There's a bunch of natural plants out there that's got self-preserving properties. I bet you I could make you something.
this whole time I've been performing to stay alive, and somebody would help me out.
You've
of the
been turning
kindness.
tricks.
I mean, there's no other real option for me to, as you say, turn tricks.
Well, Gingy, stick with
Can I
me.
give you a hug? I just need a hug right now.
Don't look at me.
Well, I think we should look at that light and see where it's going.
Yeah.
As you walk into the room,
Priority.
it is a kitchen, and that line has surrounded ingredients with around the cookie cutter shape of gingerbread men.
Look away, Gingy. Close your eyes.
Just keep drinking, Gingy.
It looks like a crime scene.
He's just gonna smear his icing a little bit, like.
This is turning pretty horrific for one of us.
Yeah. Well, there are ingredients. Do we have to make more ginger?
The Krickle spirit starts to sparkle on the ingredients.
Did we just duplicate Gingy into more Gingies?
I mean, I think the less of me we bring into this world, the better. Because I wouldn't want anybody else to live like this. Wondering what time you're gonna expire. Is it gonna be now?
Drink,
Is it gonna be
Gingy.
an hour?
Gingy,
Is it gonna be in
Gingy,
5
drink.
hours? Is it gonna be
Gingy,
10
drink.
hours? Is it gonna
Breaths. Yeah, All right, let's get cooking. I have made plenty of cookies with my nieces and nephews. Let's just dive right in, folks.
I'm just
Okay.
gonna roll with it.
Who's the main baker here?
Well, I have a lot of experience with baking gingerbread
Oh.
as a resident of Valinar. But I was only about a 2 out of 10 bakery skills when that's what my mom told me verbatim. So, but I will do my best.
More of a cook than a baker. I do well with less exact measurements.
But we didn't have any
Satisfying's
cooks
about free flow.
in our family. We only had bakers, so everything was dessert. I'm not sure how we continued on like that, but
Well, I think between you and me, Matt, we got this under wraps.
I'm here for everything.
I'll help mix.
Okay, so Poppy.
You're muted,
You're
Scott.
muted.
Poppy, I know you don't have any cookware with you, but I know you have your herbalism kit. So go
I
ahead
do.
and give me a roll of your herbalism kit with advantage. Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna. This is what I'm gonna say. It's herbalism kit. It's not cookingware. So you're gonna make it in a funky way. But because Mac Rubble's gonna help you, it kind of evens out. But because Fred is helping you, gives you advantage. So it takes these 3 people to even it out. So go ahead and roll for me. And JG,
Okay, with
your
advantage?
your icing's closed. Yeah, with advantage.
Okay.
Gingy, you might want to step outside.
I mean,
Be close enough, though.
do you guys mind if I play a little bit? I mean, playing always helps calm me down.
I was getting ready to
do
say
you-
we need some music.
You meant music. I thought you just meant like play with
Did
some
that work?
toys or something. I don't know what you gingerbread people are into.
Gingy's gonna
Didn't
pull
work.
out like a comically small set
That's
of
weird. Oh.
bagpipes, and he is going to start shrilling very like high pitched his rendition of
Oh no!
Jingle Bells.
Oh god!
I rolled not great. I rolled a 3. So that's a 13 though with my herbalism kit apparently.
Okay, 13. So they're not very. They're kind of hard, but because they're kind of crunchy, kind of overcooked them a little bit, but they do emit that smell, which starts to fill the room. You can smell it into the other room, and you see the whole room sparkle like that protection spell is being overtaken by the Krickle spirit, dissolving it, and the room is becoming beautiful like it was before. You see the beautiful tile floor. The countertop is revealed with these red and green colors with holly around the tops of the appliances, around the ceiling, and the room itself. It looks exactly like how you saw it outside. There's candles lit, there's cakes and stuff, and those gingerbread cookies smell the room. Now, this is face material for food. So, the rules, and Gingy's thinking this outside. The way food folk exist is because 1 in 100 things made from the stuff from the ground become sentient. So, Katie, Poppy, roll me a D100. And if it's 100, it's sentient.
Oh my god.
The odds are it won't be. Don't get excited.
How many did we make, though?
It's just one batch, so it'd be 1.
Okay.
It's a 95.
Ooh, close, but not sentient.
Darn.
That's okay. So,
Can we just
Gingy,
keep going?
you can like reckon. You just like keep making. But
I feel like
force it.
as he wraps up his song from when they were doing that, he's gonna notice the gingerbreads that are like finished, and he's gonna walk over and kind of curl his hand up into a fist and start like smashing all of them and saying, "I'm not gonna give you the chance to end up like me. Don't worry, I'll save you guys."
Okay, outside the room, you see Fred that the bagpipe playing had lit up the spot of Krickle spirit on the floor around Gingy. Gingy just ran past you into the kitchen, but you see the sparkle lead in to the bedroom, and you see it rise up this big, almost like funky, doesn't need a record player with a big horn, and just sparks it for a second.
So Mac Rebel is gonna cast Minor Illusion, and he's gonna create like preservatives that are outside the room, or what he imagines preservatives would look like. And he's gonna say, "Hey, Gingy, preservatives, over there."
Guys, there's another trail. It's leading to the other room.
Mac Rebel, give me a straight intelligence check. You were made so long ago that food folk had not even come to the material plane yet. You've never met them. I don't know if you know too much about the people in the Fae, so let's see.
21.
It's pretty convincing for Gingy.
Yeah, I mean, he's like an addict. He's sprinting regardless.
All right, someone close the door.
Oh, we had a random burp
Guys,
redeemed a minute
there's
ago.
another trail.
Okay, as the spark goes by from that that trail you're speaking of, Fred, it goes by the foot of Mithras and touches that foot, and the mummified Mithras lets out a big burp.
It was very clever, Scott.
Mommy burped.
Mac
doing
is
something.
Mac is gonna definitely leave the room and investigate the corpse of Mithra. And be like, "Hey, you in there?"
Roll
I
a
need something.
medicine check.
Medicine check. Right.
While he's doing that, I went to the first trail in the other room to go see how not the record player, I can't think of the name of it right now, but just investigate that.
We'll just call it the Krickle phone. The Krickle phone.
Poppy will follow Fred, but she is carrying the gingerbread cookie that she made and is just nibbling on it, the pieces that Gingy broke up. So she's got an arm,
Beautiful.
like half a face that she's just nibbling on.
And what about you, Gingy? Are you with?
I feel like he is now returned to playing bagpipes to help soothe that ordeal that he just went through. So now he's moved on to like "Oh Holy Night," horrible rendition of that.
Well, you handled that betrayal pretty well. So it was.
Okay. What did you get for your medicine check, Mac Rubble, as you're looking at Mithras?
Quick question about that. So
Yeah.
I'm rolling as advantage for everything. Like everything's given.
Just
me
go
2
with the
rolls.
number to the left if you're doing that.
Left. Okay. 2.
Oh, yeah, it just seems like a mummified corpse. There's really nothing. You sense as a wizard, right?
Mhm.
There is an arcane thing about her. As you saw from the door and stuff you're piecing together, there must be... She could be part of this spell this protection spell, this curse. Something is affecting everything, and possibly including her. Especially if he just called out from Mithras, and then the snowball did something. So she must be under something.
I wish I took Speak with the Dead as one of my spells. I almost did.
Roll an insight check really fast, really quick.
Okay. I got a 7.
Okay, yeah, can't really tell anything. As you guys run into that, see that device around the bedside, it has what looks to be this blob that's kind of beside it that has the writing of the Krickle spirit, written by Mithras, and the spot beside it in this Krickle phone has like a bowl shape that's connected to that horn.
Oh, real quick. So that thing written by them, Mithras, does that match the handwriting of the scroll that I have?
Yes, it does.
Ooh, good question.
Let's go. All right. So I know this was Mithras.
I get closer and like try to figure out how the Krickle phone works with this blob.
Okay, roll me a sleight of hand check. As you pick up this jelly.
6.
As you start to fumble it, Poppy senses what you're doing.
I'm gonna run over and try to catch it before you drop it.
Okay, so now you just go ahead and roll it again, but with advantage, because you've got help with Poppy. Because it's starting to fall out, and Poppy flew over.
Can I also roll sleight of hand?
16.
Yeah, go ahead and roll it.
Yes.
Fred seems like he's got it, but let's see what the 16.
That was a dirty 20.
Oh, okay. So he does the 16. Fred puts it in the bowl. It connects and but as you kind of go up and pick it up, it smacks it and jiggles really fast, and that's what you have to do to get it started in the bowl. And it starts playing this beautiful Krickle music that just fills up the room. Sparkles hit the room, and it unveils this beautiful red and green, festive with snow like tapestries and doilies around the room, so elegant, and stops at the doorway. The 2 rooms off the main living room are lit up and beautiful with candles, the lights pouring out the window. You look out the window and you see a couple of snowballs poof, poof, disappear. What do you want to do now?
So just for clarity, so things are gradually kind of returning to normal, right? Like
In the 2 rooms where you did those things, but not in the living room where Mithras is.
So it seems like, okay, I'm gonna say this as back. Okay, so it seems like the more
We're not in the room
do,
with you.
Oh, right. He's gonna yell it really loud. Hey, it seems like the things that we're doing are affecting individual rooms that we're in.
Okay, that's good. How do we make the little light thing go on to the next room?
What?
So, whenever this one appeared with Gingy playing bagpipes. So if there's something that's correlational.
You guys
Any of
said
the
more
rooms.
bagpipes! More bagpipes! Got it! And then he's gonna go back to it again.
Oh God.
And he's gonna slowly walk in and out into each room, kind of going in a path, playing.
Nothing happens in any of the rooms. What worked twice before, nothing happens. And all you hear is...
I'll start poking around this room that we're in.
So, these are like the very beginning, like before the main snowball dude used the wand to get rid of everything. We have the gingerbread smell. We got music. We got some red and green lights. Are we trying to make it like what we saw before, do you think?
Seems like
Not
as
sure.
good a guess as any.
Is there an upstairs?
So, if
Good question. You definitely saw a second floor, even a little top part, like it kind of went up into a little tower. And maybe where the stairs would be, or where this door is.
Alright, I'm going up the stairs.
There are no stairs. There's only this door.
Is there a space that I can see through the ceiling? Like, is it cracked, or like, are there little holes? Okay, Mac is going to cast, okay, bear with me a second. Alright, so no one else is in the room with me, right?
It's small enough that, like, you might be in the living room by yourself, but you can see them in the bedroom, and you could see them in the kitchen. It's a very small place, cottage.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. So what I'm gonna do is Mac is gonna cast Thunderwave above him, but at an angle so that the ceiling won't fall on top of him. And he's gonna try to break the floor above to the next room.
Okay, I'm gonna say you automatically hit, so roll damage.
Right. Okay. I'm casting it at level 1. That is 13 thunder damage.
Okay, in your frustration, looking at this wall, thinking there's a way up, maybe this door is magically protecting, you blast it. It just hits that wall really hard. The rest of the wallpaper that was around where that doorway was kind of melts away, kind of shakes it. The magic sparkles through that door, through the wall like a ripple, like a puddle. And above the doorway was something deep in the shadow that you just hit. I'm going to roll damage for. No, how much damage you roll? I'm going to roll something.
I did 13 thunder damage.
Okay, 1 second. This amphibious green thing falls on the floor with a tongue hanging out, and it kind of looks like a frog.
Okay. Mac
But
is
it's
gonna try
dying.
to talk to it and be like, are you sentient as well?
You're in the process of killing it. You just thunder waved it off the door top. It's dying on the floor. It's now rolling its second death saving throw.
Okay, well,
And that is another fail.
Alright,
You
well,
got a healer in the other room who doesn't know what's happening.
What was that?
Is anyone in the other room
What was
a
that
healer?
noise?
What? Did I hear somebody ask
is-
for a healer?
There's
And
a
she's
frog
gonna-
that's dying because I blasted the ceiling. Anyone
Well, that
have
was
healing
mighty
properties?
daft of you. Yeah, I got healing skills.
All right, well,
Um,
come heal this frog, please.
Well, it's looking
Please.
mighty dead. I'll do my best. And she is gonna cast. I guess can I do a medicine check?
No, not on this
Okay.
frog. No.
I can cast Good Berry, which would then I would have berries that can heal. Does it seem possible I could like put those in its mouth?
You can maybe roll an animal handling check with disadvantage because you're trying to get a upside down dying frog to eat a berry.
Okay. All right.
Can I follow and be like, squish the juices in its mouth, if that works?
Moral support, but no advantage given.
Bardic Inspiration, and I start playing even more
Ooh.
aggressively.
Nice. Okay.
Thanks. That was a disadvantage, unfortunately, still. So, I got a 12.
It
And
is.
I'll roll a D8.
What's it do?
Ooh, that is an 18.
Okay, it is not only stable, but it's like croaking, and as it flips over, its frilly neck looks like mistletoe, and it's got like its eyes are like red berries, and it's got like a little teeny snow cap on. In fact, it looks like this.
I almost just killed this elaborate character that Scott created.
That's right. You did. You almost killed him. And he smiles up
Mac
at you.
is drunk. He is drunk. So.
This is, you see, the mistletoe.
Mistletoe.
Oh my God, I love that.
I just watched a
joking.
movie all about mistletoes. Well, you're looking mighty fresh and chipper now.
It just croaks.
Does it have
Oh.
any magical mistletoe properties that Mac might be able to recognize as a wizard?
You can roll me a nature check,
Oh,
and anyone can if they want to,
Okay. Alright.
because you're all from the Fae.
Check.
Ooh,
I
hello.
got 16.
Knowledge nature is a thing that I do. And this thing that I do has given me a 25.
Ooh,
Mistletoe.
Mac thinks he knows. Like he's heard about these mistletoes. They're really cute, but they're just like regular toads. And Poppy's like, I've been in the Fae a long time, and these are only resident to these ice tray islands out here. And these specific animals enhance magic. So whenever you see them, they can be used by powerful arcane users to enhance their magic. It could be connected to the magic of this place.
Okay, can I try to talk
Oh.
to it?
Do you have speak with animals?
Oh, I do not.
It is an animal, unfortunately.
Can I try to do like sign language with it or something?
No, unless you have speech with beast.
Well, I can't speak to it neither. In order for the magical properties of this mistletoe to like be in effect, is it just like it just is magical, or can I like?
It's not a spell. It's a, I guess, racial ability. It's like just part of the animal that enhances.
Okay. Well, I can't speak with animals neither. So, all right, nice meeting you, Mistletoe. Hope you have a nice life. She's just
But
gonna walk away.
Wait, hold on. But we all understand that it gives us like the magical properties. Or are we?
I don't understand the question. It enhances, like, wizards and sorcerers and magic users use mistletoes to enhance their magic.
Right, but
Like-
so Mac knows that, right?
Mhm.
Okay, perfect. All right, so Mac is gonna put it on his shoulder.
Okay, animal handling check.
I was about to say, does it like?
Oh, God.
So,
Yes, Fred.
did Matt
Were you-
blast a hole through the ceiling?
No, it blasted the wall a little bit, but it's pretty sturdy, and a lot of that wallpaper flew off and stuff, kind of showing a little bit of the boards. Like, it just looks like he's blasting through this.
Okay, I rolled a 9.
It hops off your shoulder onto Mithras's lap.
Oh, what are you doing?
Well, I
It
mean,
means gonna give
it helps my magic. So
Oh, you're trying to take it with
Maybe
you?
it's
yeah.
maybe
I
it's
mean,
part of. Maybe
right.
it's a friend of Mithras's.
So are we in the forest right now? Like, is this part of the forest?
You're in the cottage in the
winter
forest, so if you have forest
Okay.
as a ranger thing, yes, you get advantage.
Yes, so I can double my proficiency bonus to animal handle, actually.
Perfect. Handle the animal. Roll me
Cool.
a check.
And of course, I rolled shitty. Wow, I need to like get rid of this dice because it has not been kind to me. Okay, so what is normally double the proficiency bonus? So that is an 11.
Yeah, it just
I rolled
kind
a
of
2.
hops on top. Oh, it hops on top of the grandfather clock and just kind of looks down. Its eyes just big berry looking as its eyes go from that black pupil to red, and it just like
Alright.
frills its missile toad frill.
I don't think we're getting anywhere with
Dog's
this
looking a
toad,
little
Mac.
Agitated.
okay, so I'm gonna try a different strategy. I'm gonna force it into my little pack, my scholar's pack.
Well, good luck. I am fair.
It's rather small and squishy, but after a while, even if it flops around, you grab it and put it in your bag. So sure.
Nice. Okay, do I sense its magical energy? Is it helping me?
Arcana
Yeah.
check.
Nice. Okay, that's what I was waiting for. I rolled a nat 1, but I got a 4. It's a dirty 4.
Yeah, nat ones are only really in combat. I mean, they're still not good. You can't tell. You've never used one of these products
Okay.
before. You don't know what the feeling is.
Gotcha. Okay. Awesome. Okay, so out of character though, real quick, what is everyone's class? Just so
I'm a fighter.
I'm
Okay.
a bard.
Ranger Rogue.
Okay, cool. All right, continue.
Okay, so we got a toad. We got a jelly music thing in that one room over there. We saw the snow people outside, and we got some rooms that are still dark, and we're trying to go up. Maybe we just go in one of the dark rooms and poke around.
Sounds good.
Is
to
this
me.
room still dark? Is the room that we're in still dark?
Yes.
There's something in here that we have to do. There's something in here it seems like we have to do.
Is there
You have to
another
check out
room?
all the other rooms before this room is gonna let us do anything in it. I feel like if she's in here, maybe there's something a little bit more special about this room.
Is there another room,
Maybe
Scott?
there's something that can get us in the door. Because there are only the two rooms down here, the bedroom and the kitchen. We saw an upstairs outside, but it looks like there's no door in here, so maybe we have to do something to get that door.
Was there a window that we could open in the other room?
There are windows that go to the outside, yeah. And those are the windows you saw through where you saw the light coming in.
Okay. Poppy's gonna go to one of those windows and open it and like look up along the wall.
There is a
investigate.
tall tower, but no windows on this. Like, because it doesn't really go to like a second floor, then a tower. It's like the second floor curves into a tower, but there are no windows up there.
I'm gonna investigate the grandfather clock, because
All right, the toad's just watching from the top. Investigation check.
Oh, I thought the toad was in my pack,
an
though.
11.
Yeah, it's in your pack. It's in your pack. You see the clock is set to 11:45.
I'll come back in the living room and be like, well, there's no windows up on the second floor. Is there anything else in here that bears looking at?
Are there any other clocks, Scott?
This clock is.
There are no other
11:45.
clocks in the room.
What's going on with the clock, Zevi?
I was just checking, see if there's anything about it. It says it's 11:45.
What time is it?
But whatever we.
You know it is
The
not
clock
11:45.
I want to use Mage Hand to change the clock. Does anyone know what time it is currently? Is anyone able to know? No.
Why don't you try making it midnight? That's the magical time.
Okay,
All I
I'm
know
gonna
is
use.
I don't have much time left.
Alright, I'm gonna.
Gingy, Gingy.
Gingy!
Drink your booze, Gingy. Drink your booze.
I'm
Play
gonna
those
use,
bagpipes, Gingy!
I'm gonna use Mage Hand to switch the time to midnight.
Yeah, it slips into the door behind the glass. You see this like misty mage hand rise up and grab the minute hand, tick, 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 pull it all the way till it hits midnight. Bong, bong. Sparkles fly out from the clock hands, unwrap around the clock, all the way around the room, revealing this beautiful Krickle holiday with the tree with ornaments and lights, a train on a track around this big tree. The fireplace erupts in a roar with these stockings hanging from the chimney with lights. Everything all the way to the door. The door you see carved into the door rises up. The children of Valinor with letters that float out, and the letters are zipping into this big golden machine that Mithras is looking at. Seems she is observing whatever this is. The door opens to the upstairs, where the sparkles follow up the stairs. However, Mithras stays lifeless, the same cold, dark corpse of the ground, where the rest of the room is beautiful, as you will see on roll 20, but she is not. And with that, we'll go to a bathroom break. So if you're with us in the audience, make sure you subscribe on YouTube, keep with us, and we will see you in, about 10 minutes. Make sure you go refill your eggnog. And we'll see you soon. Bye, everybody. Be right back. Krickle holiday special. If you're just tuning in with us, thank you so much for stopping by. Right now, we are drinking some delicious eggnogs and ciders and drinks, so get your drink and enjoy the spirits with us as we enjoy our spirits. If you're watching us on Twitch, this is a reminder: the more you watch and the more you comment, you build up rooter points, which are this little icon at the bottom of the screen. It's really cool, and then you can click on that menu and make things happen in the game. You've already seen some random problems. You can give our players advantage on their rolls so they have better rolls. You can make storms appear. You can do all crazy things. So check that out. If you're watching us on YouTube, please subscribe. Let's grow this channel. We've had so many subscribers this month, so let's keep it up. And also, don't forget, we have D&D so much during the week. On Tuesday nights at 7:30, we have Into the Expanse. This mushroom, funky, hypnotic campaign is super cool. And on Wednesdays, we have Princess of Power, the pink bubblegum underwater island exploration campaign. So, hope to see you there. Let's get back into it. We are in Mithras' cottage, inside the dome of giant stack of letters. The kitchen and the bedroom have been lit up, and now the living room has lit up. And as you can see, the entire room looks like the Krickle spirit. It looks like a room that you saw at the house when you first got there. And that door is open. But Mithras is still black and white and gray and mummified in the chair.
Oh, we got a random problem already, I think. From Magic Rat.
Already a random problem. As you look at the door, you see this little snowball dude that you saw before running from the front door. And he runs
Gingy,
over to
talk
that.
to him.
He runs up to that door that just opened that saw the engraving. And he's gonna try to pull it shut.
Excuse me, little guy. Can we talk for a second, please? Maybe.
I'm gonna do Ray of Frost on that creature, like without even thinking.
Okay, he turns to Gingy to like listen, and you just cast Ray of Frost. Roll the attack.
What do you want?
Let me ask you this: Is it doing cold damage only?
It does. Yep, just cold damage.
So you see Mac Rubble with this blue robe, this old elf, just turn, blast from his hands, ice right at this doorway that he just like shut with a snowball. Pop everything, you see a pile of snow right there, and then pop out the little snowball that was holding the door. That just shut it. You heard it click, and he just brushes the snow off of his snow body, and run out the front door.
Well,
I'm
that
gonna
didn't think
dash
that
in
through.
front of him. I'm gonna dash.
Okay, Poppy flies in front of him with her wings and stops him at the door. Ah!
Gingy, try
I go
now.
try to open the other door, the one that just got closed.
Sorry to bother
Okay.
you, but do you think we could talk to you for a second?
And over to the door goes Fred. Fred, go ahead and give me an athletics check as you try to get the door open. As you roll for a persuasion check, Gingy.
25.
Ooh, nice.
Okay. And Gingy?
15.
Okay, still good enough. You distract him. He's not the brightest. You get his attention, and he looks up at you like, oh, because even you're taller than the snowball little monster. And as you kind of wander over, he just looks at you as in the background, from his perspective, a giant Fred is pulling open this door, revealing the stairway going up. So Gingy's got his attention, and the doorway is now open.
I'm gonna use Misty Step and teleport to the stairwell.
You are into the doorway. You disappear from where you are with Misty Step and reappear in the hallway. No one can see you except for Fred, who's at the door and sees you.
Get in here.
I follow, but I put a little blockage in front of the door in case it gets shut again. So I like put a door stop.
There doesn't seem like anything around. There's like the closest thing would be wood at the fireplace.
I take one of the bolts from my bag and put it as a door stop.
Perfect. You shut it so the door looks like it's shut, but it stops, and you guys go up there. Okay, back in the living room, Gingy standing in front of the little snowball monster. Poppy is behind the snowball. What do you guys want to do?
What do we see up the stairwell?
Oh, he asked.
Well, those two first. We'll go upstairs in a minute. Let's go back to the living room.
I guess we should start with names. I think that's how conversations go, right? My name's Gingy Sugarflake. This is my friend Poppy. Do you have a name?
Snowball.
Okay, Snowball. Well, are you friendly, Snowball? I'm kind of scared of expiring or getting eaten, and I don't know if you like gingerbread. I don't know if you like gingers. I don't know if you like gingies, but I prefer not to be eaten by you.
Friendly Snowball.
Okay, and my friend Poppy?
He puts out a little snow hand.
Pleasure to meet you. I had never met a snowball before. This is a really big day for a first for me.
Yeah, he's looking up at you guys, shaking your hand, smiling with big snow teeth. Ugh.
So, who are you? What you doing here?
Friends with Krickle Beast.
The Krickle Beast. Poppy's gonna give Gingy a significant look. Is the Krickle Beast friendly?
To me, yes. To Mithras, no. Uh-oh.
Poof! Disappears out of existence.
Well, that was real good, Gingy.
I don't think that was real good. He ended that with an uh-oh. I've never been in a situation where an uh-oh was a good thing. I haven't been in many situations, but none of
She's
them
just
that had
gonna
an
take her
were a good thing.
by the shoulder and start like guiding him towards the stairwell. But we learned something good, and we can warn our friends about this Krickle Beast thing. So yeah, that's good that we know that. All right, let's see. I think I saw while you and that snowball were chit chattering. Zevi and Mac kind of skedaddled
Fred.
up the. Excuse me,
Fred.
Fred. That's what I said. I don't know what you're talking about. Voice from above.
Who said
Fred and Mac went through the little crack in the door here. I think we can wedge it open, you and me.
I mean, I'd rather not be near the person that the Krickle beast doesn't like, so I'm fine to go upstairs.
Let's go.
Okay, before you guys get up there, the doors will be pretty easy to open. But before we do, we're now going to go up to, as we're rushing up the staircase. You guys, Fred and Mac, are going to go to this upstairs room, and what you see this beautiful gold sparkling machine that's not moving. It looks like it once was whirring and activating, and things were levitating around it with sparkles. This is almost like the visage. We'll say this image is on a poster, on a framed painting on the wall, but what's in front of you is a broken version of that, showing that this machine no longer works. And on the floor all around you are shards of those stars and sparkles on the ground. And the ceiling is in a big kind of, because you went upstairs all the way around till you got to this room, the ceiling kind of wraps around in like a arched semicircle kind of way over this. Around this room are small tables with like desk with chairs where there's writing utensils and place for things to be written and stuff.
The first thing Mac's gonna do is definitely investigate this machine. Try to figure out if there's anything that he might know about it.
Okay, Fred will walk, obviously is there with you to help give inspirations. Go ahead and roll me an investigation with advantage as Fred helps you. As you pick up the pieces of what was.
23, nat 20.
Ooh, a nat 20. You, being a wizard, are used to these arcane mechanisms. You can see that these are probably imbued by artificers, great powerful arcane artificers. This contains great abilities to hold huge magic. I'm not talking Mage Hand. I'm not talking Ice Bolt. I'm talking wish spells. I'm talking life and world-changing things. The fact that this is built, if this was put together, and if it worked, would be the greatest mechanical arcane delivery you have ever seen. But for now, it's in pieces. But the pieces are impressive.
Alright, so Mac's gonna look on this and kind of shiver a little bit, get some goosebumps because he realizes the significance of this, and he's just kind of like look around to see if anyone's as excited as he is or makes the same realization as him, and he turns to Fred and is like, "You realize what this is, right?"
No, but I saw it in the picture of with Mithras. I know that's important.
Right. Okay. Well, we could do anything with this device. Like Mac is kind of showcasing like a passion that he doesn't normally have. Mac is definitely very like emotionally reserved for the most part, but upon seeing this device, Mac is very excited, and he says to Fred, "Well, we it's not all together, but we have to look around and see if we can find some pieces for this."
I'll check the desk to see if there's like a blueprint or something.
Okay, both of you roll me individual. You've already done investigation. You're very good at investigating. We've got that. So go ahead and roll me, both of you, individual insight checks to know what's important.
Nat 20. 3.
3 nat 20s.
Nat 1.
And then nat 1. Okay, Fred is not as... I mean, as a changeling, you're used to, changing things and magic kind of related to that. But this isn't a transformation type magic. This is huge. This is timely. Mac, things in this room are here to catalog the magic of this thing, but they don't inspire it. What actually makes this thing run is some sort of magical belief. Maybe the Krickle spirit. Maybe something that went into this machine when it was constructed churned its magic. And with that, Poppy will fly up into the room holding Gingy's hand.
So Mac is kind of everything's coming together for Mac now. He's starting to understand exactly what's happening here.
Okay, guys, y'all need to know there's a Krickle beast.
Well, that sounds fun.
Does Mac know what the Krickle Beast is? Is that like a part of the Krickle lore?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Interesting. I've never heard of
Was
this
this from
before.
the snowball guy? Where is that dude anyway?
Those things are more nervous than our pal Gingy here, and just poofed again after we talked to it for a little bit. But it stuck around long enough to say that they were friends with the Krickle Beast, and that the Krickle Beast was not friends with Mithras. Isn't that right, Gingy?
Yeah, and I mean, I'm a little bothered by that, considering she's down there right now, and I don't think that puts us in a very safe spot.
Okay, but before we continue, I need to explain this to everyone. So, for those of you who know Krickle, this will have more significance, but in my entire life, for generations, the city of Valinor has celebrated Krickle, all of Silvernell. This is the source. This is, and I always thought it was some kind of magical spirit, but I'm seeing now it's mechanical.
What's the source?
This machine here. I know what this is. This is the source of Krickle, right? This house, this area. This is the home of Mithra. I can't even begin to tell you how important this quest is that we've been given. And now I'm starting to understand, and I'm so excited, and I'm so happy that all of you are here. Even you, strange gingerbread man.
Well, I don't know why y'all left an important task up to me.
You were chosen for a reason.
You are. Well, you're just happy as a cat who got in the cream. Well, why don't we see if we can't put this here doodad together?
Yeah, someone help me ransack this desk.
Okay, after
Right,
you go around for tools and look about how to put this thing together, it's a very high DC, but I will let's see, there's 4 of you. I will let 2 of you who wants to roll with advantage with the help.
Ooh.
So who wants to roll? Who's
What
good?
role is it?
It is I'm going to put just athletics check to get all the pieces
Not
together.
me.
Oh,
Not
I'm
me.
good.
Oh.
I'm good at athletics.
I was gonna roll. I rolled an investigation to like look in the desk.
Oh, they've pulled everything out before you got in there.
Okay.
I roll good high athletic stuff. I gotta
Okay,
get
so
it.
you can go ahead and roll it with
numbers.
advantage.
Let me go ahead and give you a little bardic inspiration too. So go ahead and add a D8 to that as I whip out the bagpipes and get a little Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer going on.
So
I can help her. Oh, I guess she's already getting advantage. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Or help him.
So the
rather,
roll
excuse me.
before inspiration, I think was a 21.
What is it with inspiration? You've already passed, but I'm going to see how big.
How do let me just quickly roll a d8. Da-da-da-da. 29.
29, Mac Rubble, go ahead and roll me an athletics check with advantage, even though, holy cannoli.
Yeah, it's been a while
Strong
since
but
I've
mighty.
moved these joints. 13.
Okay, so you know the arcane quality, so you can, like, help Fred keep it together, making sure it still holds the arcane ability. But Fred goes into whip-shape moment and just takes the whole thing together and builds it super quickly over a course of, like, 15 minutes. And it is completely put together, but it is not glowing. And the front of it looks like a mail slot.
Oh, well, I guess we have to get all these letters together and put them in the machine. To me, that makes the most
Gingy, do you
sense.
still have that letter from the very beginning that you picked up about from Charlie, I think the name was?
I dropped it. Gingy's gonna, kind of look down at his bag though and get out the last thing of preservatives that he has and go, well, it worked last time, and I guess they say it's more about the sacrifice, right? The sacrifice for other people. And he's gonna open the preservatives and try to put it in there into the mailbox.
As you drop the last of your preservatives that keep you living into the slot, it kind of rolls down into the darkness of this metal thing, and the lid ka-choom, shuts.
Wow, you really did that, didn't you?
I mean, something happened. I don't know what I did.
You wait there for 10 minutes and nothing happens.
Okay, so maybe not that.
I mean, you guys feel itchy? Is anybody feeling itchy? I
That happened real quick. Here,
How
have
close-
some more of the
preservatives?
hooch.
So, Poppy, you're gonna probably need to make some more of those preservatives that you offered earlier.
Yeah, it takes a while. I can't just whip it up. I gotta go harvest the plants and then...
I mean, I think we have more important things to worry about right now. I mean, it's really, really itchy in here.
You got some time, Gingy, right? You're not gonna just expire on the spot.
If we don't figure out what to do about this Krickle beast, I think I'm a goner anyways.
The Mac's gonna actually look up for an expiration date on Gingy, like a legit.
On the back is this
Yeah.
barcode, for some reason, because there's no scanners in Silver now. But there's an expiration date, which is midnight.
Oh.
So the day after today.
Alright,
Well, do we see any of the? Is there like? I feel like look out the. I guess we're upstairs now.
Why
We could
did you
write a
use the
letter
last
with
of
the
them?
desk, the pen in the desk. There's paper,
Oh,
pen and paper on the desk.
yeah. Yeah. Do that.
So we
My
haven't-
handwriting's terrible.
We haven't exactly been given a timetable on the Krickle thing, but we have been given a timetable on Gingy's life. So maybe that should be our first priority here.
We should
I
wish
find some comfortability
to get.
in finally having a confirmed
Benji.
date. You know, there's something nice kind of about not
We should-
having to wonder anymore.
Gingy,
Well, what was the
Gingy,
time?
breathe. We need to wish for Gingy's life to be extended.
Just give him more alcohol. I feel like that's.
Gingy's
Who's
already
got good?
Gingy
Let's
is already
make a
very
wish for our
drunk.
friends.
We should wish Gingy to have a longer life.
Yeah, get writing, get writing.
I mean, I don't think I
Okay.
want that, guys. Hold on now. The fear of death would still haunt me for a while.
I was just gonna wish for like all food folk to have no expiration date, but you know, if you want to just give it
That's
to
a
Gingy,
big
then-
wish.
We'll do that. We'll do that. I
well,
didn't
wishes
write it down
grant
yet. Let's
anything, right? So
Oof.
go. So let's
Okay.
get this down. So
I mean, what about
Me-
Charlie and his mom's shoes? Oh, I mean, we're gonna forget about him.
Okay,
I-
Fred
no,
picks
they're
up the letter.
okay, so we wish that all food folk have no expiration date.
right.
The letters are able to be put in this machine.
All right, I like it.
All right, you take a quill, you write it up, you fold it. There's wax there. It melts. You wax it shut, and drop it into the slot. And it starts to sparkle, but then fizzles out, as if something has gone terribly wrong.
What was the time before we changed the clock? It was like
11:45.
It said 11:45, but it wasn't
So-
the actual time.
Right.
Oh, so what time is it now? Does anyone know?
I don't think
Nobody
any of
knows.
us have a timepiece.
Is there any way we could look at the sun and tell, or is it just
When
Dark.
you had left Onwald, which is an offset place from the kingdom, it was kind of lunchtime. It take a few hours to get here. The sun was starting to set before you got into the snow place, so it's about night, if not night, almost. But then again, you're also in a dome of letters, so
So it's
Can't really
around
see.
5 o'clock.
Oh, can't I just like pluck one of the letters up off from the ceiling if we're in a dome of letters?
the
in
dome
the
is a
house.
city's height above you.
Oh, I can fly up 30 feet.
You have a flight speed.
Yeah.
I mean, you could fly out to go get letters if you want.
Wait, hold
Alright.
on. Before we do this though, how close is like the nearest wall of letters?
This is in the middle, so it's a good, I'm going to say, 1,000 feet from a wall of letters.
Okay. Crap.
I'm just gonna fly up and see if I can get a letter.
Okay, so there's no windows in here, so you're going to go back downstairs and go out the front door?
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. I mean, we got any other better ideas?
I can take an axe to the wall. I have
I
3
think
axes on me.
That would make him real sad if you destroyed that big, beautiful machine.
Is there anything
No,
else
no,
to
no,
write
no,
on
the
nearby?
wall. The wall.
Yeah, there's more
Not
paper to
machine,
write
the
on and more
wall.
quills.
Oh, no, you want to like just open up the wall so I could go outside? I can just go down the stairs and out the door. You don't have
Okay.
to bust a hole in the wall. I just meant I don't need to go up there and fly and grab some letters if anybody else has a better idea.
Well, let's look at the machine and see if anything's stuck.
Okay, can I? Okay, I'm gonna use. What is that slot big enough for Mage Hand to kind of go through it?
Mage Hand can go in and hold the open flap so you can see inside, and the Mage Hand glows, so you can roll me a perception check.
All right, I'm gonna do that. I got a 12.
You see the letter is stuck in the mechanism at the inspiration for Krickle phase. It cleared the I want for Krickle phase, but it doesn't have the Krickle spirit in it. It's almost like a filter for poser letters who only want things for Krickle. Especially since it's not written by a child.
All right, so I'm gonna take the quill and
All right.
parchment, and
And I'm not part of the I'm not part of that Krickle denomination. That makes sense.
Do you share all that with us,
yes,
Mac?
yes.
All right, I'm gonna go. Sounds like we need an actual Krickle letter from an actual Krickle child. So I'm gonna go out that door and see if I can't grab one of these Krickle child letters from way up high.
And I mean, in the meantime, why don't I bring some of the spirit of Krickle to us? I guess, I mean, any good party or celebration has a feast, right?
And so, Gingy is gonna cast Create Food. And he's gonna create up to 45 pounds of bland, tasteless, food.
It sits there on the floor.
Oh, don't be afraid to dig up, guys! As he gets out the bagpipes and, kind of
Yes,
gets them
music.
ready and then goes, and every
Okay.
great celebration has good music, right? And he's gonna
So-
start playing it and just shrill, loudly.
All right, so
Can I request
as
a song?
You
You play Last Krickle?
Oh,
Last Krickle?
Oh, of course. I used to love that one a couple days ago when I first got out the oven. And then he's gonna start picking it up.
So Mac is gonna look around and be like, all right, so for this to work, we have to all be grateful for the food that we've been given, regardless of the circumstance. We have to be thankful for Gingy creating this food, and we have to sit around a table and hold hands. I know Krickle. I was born into Krickle. That's why I've been sent here. So, trust me on this.
Meanwhile,
I will.
Meanwhile, Poppy has flown out the door. As you're flying up to get the letters from like this dome area, trying to get it, you see in the yard outside, the snowballs are all popping into the same spot and joining into one another like a opposite metamorphosis, bloop bloop, into a bigger snowball who's eating the letters like a big monster. Outside, eating all of these and getting stronger. As you fly up and grab the letters, you see 2 letters. One says, I want this, and the other one says, I'm thankful for Krickle. This is what Krickle means to me.
okay. I'm gonna hurry back in and burst into the room, much like I did before. Y'all, I'm pretty sure that Krickle Beast is outside and it's eating letters, but I got a really nice thank you for Krickle letter here. That sounds like it might be all about some Krickle spirit. Maybe we should put that in there and then go take care of that big scary monster outside.
You guys, take care of the letters, and maybe I can fix him up a plate of what I've got here, and maybe that can tide him over.
And Gingy's gonna start like trying to scoop some things together of like the probably just random gray like slop that he created.
Gingy, you are way too good for any of us.
This is really good slot, though, Gingy. I was very hungry.
Thank you. I mean, people have told me I'm sweet before, but I don't think they meant like that way. So thanks.
I'm all full on gingerbread cookies, thanks. And she's gonna hand the letter to Mac.
Cool. Mac's gonna insert it in the slot.
It turns on the machine that whizzes and start glowing. The different mechanical pieces that are on the floor that you've put together now start floating up into the air and glow this gold color, like in this picture here. The roof of this room unveils itself around in pieces, showing the entire yard. You are on a platform over top of the house, basically the top of this tower, looking out over the yard, where this big snow monster, the Krickle Beast, has formed from all these snow pieces. And he's already broken trees and stomped around the house as it begins sucking the letters from the dome into the machine with these bright Krickle colors as you hear the different voices and inspirations flying behind you. You all stand on top of this platform, and the Krickle Beast, as the last snowball pops into his side, points at you guys and says, "I will keep Mithras from Krickle!" Everyone roll initiative.
Let's go.
Would I be able to see that specific snowball that we were talking to earlier? Or do I need, can I ask that now, or do I need to wait for...
They've all formed into him.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But I rolled a 5 for initiative, but it gave me an error.
Aww.
So I don't know if it went automatically, but I got a 5.
I got a 12.
I got a 24.
I got a 16.
Perfect. Everyone should be in now. I'm going to put the turn on the screen for everyone to see. We'll turn down the music so everyone should see now the turn order. Let's put it up. So it is going to be, if we put it in descending order, it is going to be Poppy, then the big monster, and then Fred, and then Gingy, and then Mac. That is the turn order. So right now, all the way on the platform, top of this house, it is Poppy's turn. What would you like to do, Poppy? Start us off.
Beautiful. Let's see. Alright. And I'm gonna measure and see how far that... Oh, well within range. Most excellent. Alright, so Poppy is immediately going to take flight. She's going to get a little closer to this beastie here. That looks like a... Is that actually closer?
To the beast.
It is not.
To the
wow,
beast.
I'm really good. We're gonna go here.
There you go. And this is the big monster right here.
Yes, this thing right.
Yeah.
She's gonna cast Hunter's Mark on the big creature, which, yeah, deal an extra 1d6 to... Oh, actually no. Wait, hold on. It's a flinch. Okay, cool. Yeah, so she's gonna do Hunter's Mark, and she is going to attack it.
Okay. What you got?
Okay, cool. Just making sure. So I get to attack twice because of my Dread Ambusher trait. And if it hits, it's an extra 1d8.
Just describe what it looks like when you're doing all of this. Just visualize it for everybody.
Okay, cool. So Poppy immediately flies out, and she puts out one hand in front of her, and you see that she actually has got a hand crossbow here, and she is gonna fire that. Ooh. And hits smack dab into we're gonna say it's gonna hit right here in that mushy part there because she gets that extra damage. Yeah. Alright, so she does 6 damage plus a d8, so that's 10 damage. plus another d6. So that's 15 damage.
15 piercing?
15 piercing.
Gotcha. Okay, nice.
And then she gets to attack again.
Ooh, and as that snow pierces its body, it like hits like this caved in area where it like shows a bunch of those snow small monsters that kind of fall out and disappear as this big chunk disappears from him. So as you do damage, you're taking off the size of this monster.
Ooh, very cool. Great. Yeah, so I'm gonna hit it again. Or not.
Yeah, what'd you get?
That was a 14.
That is the number you have to hit.
Oh man. So I got it.
You got it.
Yay!
He's a big guy.
Right.
It's hard to miss.
Alright, so another. That's 10. Ooh. So another 16. And I think I still get that.
Oof, oof.
Yeah. So that's 16 damage.
Nice.
So she flies up, she goes bam with one crossbow, and then bam with another crossbow on her other arm.
Boom! At the exact same time, the big monster who's rushing forward towards you took a big hit, and another big hit, and standing back where he is just going to breathe out of his mouth a giant snow breathy storm towards you and the house. Let's see if it gets everybody. It's just out of reach of Genji, but it'll come within inches of Genji's nose.
Nice.
So, Poppy, I need a dexterity saving throw in this snowstorm.
It crit failed.
Crit failed! Poppy is going to take, crit? 75 cold damage.
Poppy is unconscious.
Poppy is now rolling death saving throws.
So the snow hits her, and you just see like her wings basically like freeze over, like with frost all over and frost all over her face, and she just plummets like a rock.
As she plummets, you guys are able to look over the edge. She is caught by the beautiful angel Mithras. As she looks up with her beautiful pale skin, she is back. The machine has caused magic to grow over the entire house, and she has walked up and she yells up that she is so sorry. This is all her fault. So she's going to whip around back into the cottage with Poppy, and now we're going to go to Fred's turn. Back on the pedestal.
So, yeah.
Damn, Scott, I don't remember you ever doing that much damage in a one-shot before.
Crit fail.
Holy crap.
Crit fail.
Okay. Use my long bow and shoot at its, just shoot at the monster.
Mm-hmm.
So... I got a 19.
Yeah, that hits.
8.
8 what? What type?
Think of here.
8 piercing. Beautiful. Okay, is that it?
Yeah, that's the best I can do right now.
That's still good. Okay, Genji from that platform.
Genji seeing what happened to Poppy is gonna be absolutely terrified, and he's like ripping chunks of like chrome out of him right now, and he's like, "Oh God, I gotta get somewhere safe." And one racial trait of food folk is they can cast minor illusion of a sweet like candy once per long rest. So he is gonna cast a minor illusion of some like a gingerbread man to stand right where he was standing as he runs away.
Okay.
He is gonna run like in the direction of. Let me see how much movement I got. 30.
With 30. with 30 feet, you would be able to run downstairs into the living room and run right outside the front door 5 feet.
That's what he's gonna do then. I can't move him, but and he's gonna start to run to like get out of there, but leave the other gingerbread man like in his place. Hopefully, notice like trying to make like a sneaky exit from everybody for them to still think that he's standing there.
Beautiful. Mac Rubble on the platform, right where the stairs are.
So Mac is going to cast Blink. Blink is at the end of every turn. I roll a d20, and if I get an 11 or higher, then I go into the ethereal plane, and can't be hit, and it lasts for a minute.
Damn! You'll have to come back to do. You'll have to come back to do damage, right?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay,
I come
cool.
back every turn, but like after my turn, I can be basically unhittable.
Okay.
So, all right, I'm gonna roll the d20 for the first cast. God bless these rolls, please. 15. Nice.
Okay,
All right, I'm
you
in the ethereal
vanish.
plane.
Okay, you guys see him vanish.
It's not concentration, by the way. So.
Poppy, you find yourself revived, and you look up in from your perspective, and it's an angel, an elf, really, standing there, and she's putting you down, and saying everything will be right. The Krickle monster, the Krickle beast, is outside. You must destroy him, and then I can be saved. Thank you so much for coming.
I'm muted. I hate you, Cypher Sore Eyes. I thought I was a goner there.
And it is now your turn.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm gonna do my level best. I don't know if you got anything that might be of help or of service, because I don't know if you saw that just now, but I got killed in one hit, and that didn't feel very good, and I'd like to not do that again when I go out there to save your life.
Just have the Krickle spirit. That's what he loves the most. He will be attracted to it.
Have the Krickle spirit. Okay, that's real vague, and not that helpful, but thank you very much. I believe that you're doing your honest to goodness best. And she's gonna walk away like, oh, these fancy elven photos. She's gonna take a swig of her.
Mac is gonna say, "You watch your mouth."
You can't hear what she's saying.
I imagine
she's downstairs.
I'm downstairs. You stay out of my business.
Any movement or
All right,
actions?
so so she's just gonna like poke her head out the door and kind of like, you know, peeking around the door frame there. Does she have a line of sight on it?
Oh yeah, straight line of
Excellent.
sight from that front door on the porch. With
And
Ginger.
we're gonna say that since she's peeking, that I can take a sneak attack.
Also, Gingy is within 5 feet of you.
Oh, I thought it was. Okay, I thought it was within 5 feet of the enemy.
No, you are not. The enemy is
Okay.
still 5, 10, 15, 20,
Wait.
25, 30.
Never
from
mind.
you.
I did not ask my question clearly. It's fine. All right, cool. Let's go. Oh, and is my hunter's mark still active since I died?
No, it ends.
Okay, that's fine. All right, let's go.
Also, you are revived with only 10 HP, so just be warned.
Yeah, that's an excellent point. Ooh, okay. So how many feet did I have to move to get here?
10.
10 feet.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I can't use that bonus action. Never mind. All right. Cool. Yep. I'm just gonna attack. And see what happens. Oh, hey there. I assume that a 26 is a hit.
Yes, it does. It hits.
All right. Sneak attacks. That's 19 damage.
Ooh, that's a good one.
And then she's gonna attack again with the other crossbow.
Huge chunks of snow guys are falling off. Ah! Disappearing.
17.
It hits again, a large chunk out of its side. Ah!
another 11 damage.
Ooh. You're killing it.
All right, that's my turn.
Okay, it's the big monster's turn. He is going to run around the side, boom, 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 knocking over trees and aiming towards the top, towards that big machine where it's going to be Mac Rubble and Fred Turner. Both of you need to roll me wisdom saving throws. As visually you see in your mind, he just does this, and from his hand, these snowflakes.
In the ethereal plane.
Oh, that's right. He doesn't see you. You're not there. But so that means you do, Fred, wisdom saving throw. What'd you roll?
10.
Oh, you failed. So as you do, you see big pieces of snow, and it's picking up letters flying in the air, start hitting the machine, doing a bunch of damage, sparking it. The letters coming in are not as much. And as it hits you, you take 15 damage of psychic damage, and you become charmed by the monster. Now he actually, from your perspective, looks like he's smiling, being like, "Give me a hug!"
Oh boy.
And you're just standing on there. So he does not look like an enemy. So everything I'm about to describe with this combat going on, you don't see it that way. Everyone's just being mean to the big dude. Okay, your turn.
Okay, well, since I'm charmed, I don't want to attack. I'll go. I'll just...
Come again?
Since I'm charmed, I don't want to attack it, so I just go inside. I go downstairs.
You're just going away? You're going to say goodbye?
Like, I'll walk around to more people, because Mac is gone. I'm like, where's Mac?
Yeah.
So I go down to go see if I can find Poppy and Gingy. Be like, hey, what's up? Why are you doing this?
Yeah, so it is combat. So all of this, your turn is 6 seconds in real time. So you're like, oh, things are happening to my friend. You run downstairs. Mithras is in the living room. She's like pacing back and forth, and she sees you. And as you go to the front door and you see Gingy and Poppy looking around the corner with the big snow monster outside, Mithras runs past you up the stairs towards the machine. You are there with Gingy and Poppy.
Guys, why are you hitting our friend? What's up? Don't do that.
So they can't respond within the turn, but go ahead and just roll me just like a persuasion check of how great this monster is. Like, why be hitting this monster?
14.
Okay, we will carry that moving forward. It is now Gingy's turn.
Gingy is going to run as close as he can, 30 feet wise, to the monster, and he is going to look up at him and say, "You want to get in the spirit of Krickle? Well, I've got some spirit of Krickle for you, buddy. You're gonna leave my friends alone." And he's gonna bust out the bagpipes, and he is going to try to put on like a performance to distract the monster.
Roll me a performance check.
That's a dirty 20.
Nice.
Gingy runs out into the yard towards the monster, pulls out the bagpipes, starts playing the bagpipes. The monster, who was looking up at that balcony at the machine, almost looked like he wanted to siphon power and blast at it or something, looks down. Ah! And you just see his eyes kind of glaze over, and a big smile rises up. And he's got like the breath looking down close to you of like strawberry snow cone flavor. Ah!
The generic bagpipe music is turning into "All I Want for Christmas Is You," Mariah Carey, but like bagpipe rendition of it.
It's enough that combat completely ends because Mithras comes out there and says, "Everyone wait! Keep going, gingerbread person, you!" And comes out into the yard with you guys and tells you don't have to attack, basically.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm having a hard time imagining "All I Want for Christmas Is You" in a bagpipe form.
Exactly.
I'm like trying.
Specifically Mariah Carey.
Right.
Well, just
Great
like
choice.
he's saying, he's gonna like kick it up a notch and play even harder. He's gonna probably like even crack his little gingerbread crust a little bit playing.
Are you doing the lyrics or the melody? Like,
Yeah, no, yeah, the lyrics, the tune of it. It's like the.
Mithras is going to remark about how she's never seen anyone able to draw the attention and tame the Krickle beast. Literally, do not stop playing. This is incredible. She will tell you. She has been here so long, and she wrote out this letter to this person to be brought alive that would know the Krickle spirit, Mac Rubble. And she's heard descriptions of him, but none of you look like him, but she's so thankful because you literally just saved her. From the ethereal plane, Mac, in this vast nothingness with light fog around you, vast loneliness, you just hear the talking of people from a different plane over that you're so close to, and you hear Mac Rubble.
Cool. Alright, so alright. So he's gonna on his turn he's gonna appear from the ethereal plane and he still is not really having an easy time comprehending exactly what the message was there. But he still sees this beast like railing on his friends, just killed Zevi. So, his instinct, he's also a little drunk. So his instincts are going to be to attack. And there's not really much that can stop from that. So Mac Rubble is going to cast Wall of Fire on the beast. And he's going to put it, let me see if I can... Exactly.
Like right through him?
No, well, he's going to be very strategic about it. He's going to put the... how do you ping again on Roll20? So, like...
You select the little arrow tool to the top left.
Can you see that?
Like behind.
That's what I just did.
No.
Can't see it. All right,
Are you
so
going
the
behind him?
Basically, yeah. So the circle is going to be where the fire is hitting him,
Yeah,
like
I
on the back
see it.
part of it. But he's still in it.
Is
kinda.
the spell circular? What's the
Yes,
what's the spell
It is
size?
circular. It is circular. The spell says specifically that it is a wall of fire that is 20 feet high, 60 feet long, and 1 foot thick, or a ringed wall up to 20 feet in diameter. So this is so.
Is it going
specific.
through him or is it
No.
around him?
It is through him. It is through him. So I'm trying to hit him with the back part of it. Yeah.
What's the radius of it? It says. You said again?
It's a diameter. It didn't say
Diameter.
radius.
Oh, say.
I
What's the
did
diameter
really
one more
bad
time?
at geometry. It's a 20 feet diameter circle,
20,
so 20
okay,
feet from
5,
one
10,
end to the other, I think. Yeah.
Okay, so it's going to basically do.
But it does
that.
5d8 fire damage to him.
All right, roll 5d8
That must
because it's
be-
definitely hitting him.
Okay.
Oof.
Hold on a second. 5d8. I don't even know if it gives me the option. It does. That is 32 damage.
You see, as it's looking up at this music, Gingy is like lost in the joy of playing this bagpipe. Gingy, you see the fire erupt in a wall behind him as he's just staring so enthralled. The flames taking his backside, his torso, his head, until he's completely gone and just water puddle in front of you, and you look up and a wall of light, and Mithras drops to her knees. No!
Okay, but at the end of my turn, I do have to roll a d20 to see if I go back in the ethereal plane. So, I mean,
We're technically out of combat, though, right?
We're out of combat.
it doesn't matter. It lasts
Okay,
for
go
a
ahead.
turn.
Go ahead. Roll it. Roll it.
Yeah.
You can
Unfortunately.
dispel your own spell, can't you? Like you just.
Can I? Well, I probably
He's saying
thought-
it so fast. He's not thinking about it.
Okay.
I guess I could just dispel
You're not
it.
stuck. Yeah, you're not stuck having to do
Okay, I dispel
your own
it.
spell.
Yeah, you can dispel
And
it.
Dispel it.
Okay,
Yeah.
you dispel it. You're standing on top of that tower that this roof's open, looking down. Your friends are there in front of you, or like on the ground. You're at the top of the house, looking down at them. And Mithras is on her knees, and she looks around because she doesn't know where it just came from. It just appeared, and she's looking out at Gingy and Fred and Poppy, like what just happened.
Gingy
Mac
turns
is gonna,
around, and he's still got that like little piece of the bagpipe like dangling from his little icing lip, and then he goes back and goes,
Did I make him expire with my song?
Does your song normally do that, Gingy?
Oh my, yeah, it hasn't before. This would be the first time.
Well, I've
Probably
heard
not.
of being. I've heard of music being on fire, but never anything like that.
Well, he literally went down in the ring of fire, I guess.
I mean, I've been, my body's been on fire before in the oven, but I was never anything like that happened to me before.
Wait, I'm confused. Why does everyone look upset?
coming down,
Mithras from her knees as she hears this question from the balcony way up from the top. Why is everyone upset? Mithras will look out. Mac Rubble. You understood Krickle. You were there when you understand how devastating it was that everyone lost Krickle. When I came back, I was devastated. All of that loss, all of that joy gone from the material plane. And there was the Krickle Beast, always a part of this island, always a part of my life, a friend, but always upset that he was never part of Krickle. He was so integral in helping me around the place, but he never got recognition. So when I came back, he said he would soothe my pain, and I would never feel the pain and sorrow of Krickle anymore. I would forget it all, and he would take care of everything. After some time, I realized he had cursed me to forget, but I remembered again, and I saw his tricks. I saw what he would do, the dome, to keep the letters away from me. But I didn't want to upset him because he was right. He should have been part of Krickle all along. So I put out this letter for you to come and give him the Krickle spirit so he could see. But then you killed him, and he'll never be part of Krickle.
What are you gonna like? I mean, I was already dead, so like, I don't know. I'm
There,
just
there.
Yeah,
taking this.
he was
aside.
dead. He got brought back.
Gingy
He was
is
dead.
gonna walk
You mean the
up.
Krickle
My
Beast
bad.
could come back?
Yeah, Krickle Beast is dead. He could come back.
She says that is
Different.
true. She does that. She helped wizards get to the material plane for secretly away from the Krickle Beast, and she worked with the Kingdom of Harmony to get Mac Rubble resurrected to bring the Krickle Spirit. She could use the same resurrection spell for the Krickle Beast. But
I'm very confused. I've been alive for like 30 minutes.
Are you saying Mithras could use the resurrection spell or somebody else?
Mithras helped the Kingdom of Harmony secretly bring Mac Rubble back to life to come here to bring Krickle's spirit. And if she was able to get the resurrection spell to give to them, then perhaps it would work on the Krickle Beast, because she didn't expect you to come and kill the Krickle Beast.
I would like to say that I just saw this creature murder one of my friends before I vanished into the ethereal plane, so I don't think you should be too harsh on me for attacking it when I was not here to witness the change of heart.
Roll a persuasion check, and if this works, you will be part of the history of the new Krickle.
No pressure, right?
No, pressure. Lots of pressure.
It was smiling and dancing. Dancing.
Alright,
though.
here we go.
Just saying.
I got 14.
She says, your good deeds will be part of the history of Krickle, but you just won't be mentioned by name.
Oh,
That seems fair.
for everything I've been
Yeah.
through.
I mean, you're already dead. You're not supposed to be alive.
Isn't the true spirit of Krickle the friends we made along the way, right? I mean, after today,
Well,
I'm less scared of dying or expiring or whatever it is. because it didn't look too bad for him.
Tell that to the Krickle Beast.
I mean, he looks like he. I mean, all things considered, I think he went out one of the best ways he could, filled with the Krickle spirit and a fiery rage and blast. Exciting and memorable and close to your heart. That's more than I could wish for in an exploration.
How are you a gingerbread man and talking?
Okay, so just to get things straight here, did we fix everything, or do we still gotta go to the Kingdom of Harmony and get this resurrection spell in order
Mithras
for
will
everything to be
explain to you that she could not go against the Krickle Beast because he was a good friend, and he was there when she was in her lowest of lows, and he made a deal with her that he would help protect her from all the pain because the material plane was trapped forever, and she was okay with that. But then over time, letters were pouring from the material plane here that would let you know that people on the material plane want Krickle, but he kept it from her and would just eat it away and hide her from it magically until magically even she kept on. But as he would spend time with her, like you saw every night, he would curse her to stay here, and she could not leave. So she had to get someone to come get her, and that's what you did. She was hoping you would persuade him to be part of the new Krickle tradition, but instead you killed him, and now she's going to use her resurrection spell. But as any resurrection spell goes, you have when you get resurrected using a body part, as the spell in D&D, you don't come back necessarily as the race you were. Mac Rubble got lucky.
Before you do this, I'd like to remind you that the Ring of Fire is... Oh wait, no, I didn't dispel it. The Ring of Fire is still active.
Well, she can bring him back in a different spot.
Oh, okay.
She's not going to bring him back in the Hell Zone.
Gingy's gonna use his last bardic inspiration to help sing a little resurrection song as he stands there.
And Mac, you can dispel your own magic at any time.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay. He's like, there's still fire. She's like, you can end that.
Is the resurrection spell, Oh Holy Night?
It is a scroll that she will hand to you, and it is, oh, holy crap.
It's Silent Night, actually.
Are there lyrics I can help sing over Gingy's shoulder?
Anyone who wishes to sing or give lyrics to this scroll can do that now.
Oh, you don't want me singing.
Yeah. Just hum.
Okay, then roll a performance check, Gingy, and whoever else wants to help.
22.
27 with 20.
This is fucking killing me, guys.
Okay, he will be revived, and you see the snow building up on top of each other, like the snowballs rolling on top to make like Olaf, but on a massive scale. They're combining. The life is coming back. Mithras stands up. It's a Krickle miracle. It worked. But because I had to roll for the race, it comes back as a snow-shaped Loxodon, which is basically an elephant humanoid. And she's like, oh! Merry Krickle! And that will be... let's get the performance check really fast of Gingy. Did you say what it was?
Yeah, it was a 22.
Okay, that's what it was? Okay, just making sure. Then yeah, he's alive. He stands there, Mithras is with you. She says you all will go down in the history books of restarting Krickle.
Along with the snow elephant.
Yeah, that's gonna be really hard to brand, but that's the race that I rolled randomly in the one shot that will dictate the rest of the years of Krickle for the rest of history.
I want an elephant for Chris. I want an elephant for Krickle. Only an elephant will do.
How close am I to expiring? Like, am I about to die, like Frosty the Snowman style, right here in this moment, like I'm gonna melt away now that we've had all our adventures?
You've got 2 hours.
Sorry, I can't get past elephant humanoid.
Oh, you guys, I'm a lot itchier now that we can move on to bigger subjects. If you got any of those preservatives copied now, would be a really nice time, I think.
Alright.
I don't, but Mithras, I don't know if you got the wish that we put in earlier, but my friend Gingy here did a whole awful lot to save Krickle. So maybe there's something you could do for him about that whole expiration date that's coming up real quick in 2 hours.
Well, I'm very, very thankful you helped me today. I couldn't have done this without you, and because of you, the Krickle tradition will live on in the material world. But my powers are very low, and I've been out of practice for so long that I maybe could do a small wish. Let me do this, Gingy. She's going to walk up to Gingy. Walk with me to the machine upstairs. And as you walk upstairs, she is going to describe how the letters that pour in give the Krickle spirit that generate the power for wishes. But it doesn't take all the letters that just say, I want. It gives the spirit so that it can shoot through her and she can grant the wishes when she goes to the material plane. And she just chooses who gets the wishes based off who shows heart. But because she's out of practice, she can grant a small wish. And you want to live longer, she can tell. So go ahead and roll me a persuasion check, and then just give me a little, what are you saying to her?
What do I want to wish for?
Yes.
Gingy's gonna turn to her and she goes,
Living in a nice time and all that sounds fine, but I think there's more important things out there, like Charlie's mom getting those shoes. Can I use my wish for that? Can he get the shoes for his mom instead?
Roll a
Mac Rubble
persuasion
should
check.
run up the stairs and shove Gingy out of the way and try to wish for all food folk to have no expiration date.
Okay, as it makes that spell, she... go ahead and roll your persuasion check first, but roll it at disadvantage now.
there's a 10.
At disadvantage? Okay, so as you're wishing it and her eyes are glowing, she's channeling that wish to the machine as it's building. Max slides in to try to get immortality for all food folk, hits your wish, and she's like, no! The machine kind of whirs.
No.
From this point on, Krickle was a new tradition. Mithras would visit the material world and deliver wishes to Wemding City on the season of Krickle. And all was lovely. The story of the brave adventurers, the changeling, the gingerbread man food folk, the wizard, and the beautiful, incredible fairy with such motivation that she caught in her arms helped bring Mithras back. And because of that, all of the food folk wear shoes. And that is the end of the Krickle one-shot and the origin story of the food folk always wearing shoes. Thank you so much this holiday season. I want to thank Zevi, Heffner, Gibson.
Does that mean I died with shoes on 2 hours later?
Yes, you did. I want to thank Jess Bardsley, Erica Webb, and Katie Bolanos. Tune in on Tuesdays at 7:30 p.m. for Into the Expanse and Wednesdays at 7 o'clock for Princesses of Power. Thank you, everybody. And this is the part where we say, and to all the Merry Krickle. 1, 2, 3. And to all
Merry Krickle.
a Merry Krickle.